Welcome to Discover MLS. Today's tutorial will cover basic listing input. When you log into the MLS, you land on your home page with your standard 6 widgets. At the very top, you have your sectional tabs, which allows you to navigate into other sections of the application. Today, we're going to click on Listings. When you click on Listings, you'll notice that your agent name and office name are automatically populated. This will occur depending upon your authorization rights as to listing input. Today we're going to cover creating a new listing. So let's click on New Listing. You'll notice that it begins by having you select a property type. And then we have a new dialog box, which allows you to begin the listing input process. On the left, you'll see a series of tabs, which are just different sections for listing input for you to input criteria. You'll notice that at the end of each of these tabs, you'll find you either have a red dot or a green check mark. If you have a red dot, it indicates that everything on that page has not been completed that is mandatory. You'll also notice at the bottom there are several tabs. If you hover over the word Saved as Draft, you'll notice that it provides a message saying you must specify the listing office, listing agent, and status before saving as a draft. And you cannot save as published until all of these sections have turned from red to be a green check mark. I may navigate from one section to the other simply by clicking on that tab or by clicking Next. Let's begin. And once you've navigated away from a section and gone back to it that it hasn't been completed with mandatory fields, they become yellow highlighted. Now, once I've input my cursor into this box, I can begin to type the type of property subtype. Or I may use this Smart Selector box, click on Browse, and find the different property subtypes that may be available to me. And then I can tab down through the process. Notice that as I complete this process, the red dot changed to a green arrow. All of my mandatory fields on this first section are now complete, and I may go on to the next section to complete that by clicking either the Next button or by clicking on that section. Here, I would input my name as the listing agent, and again status, and then I would input listing date, expiration date, listing price, agreement type, etc. You'll notice that now that I have input the mandatory information, that I can begin to just save this as a draft, allowing me to begin the process of inputting a listing and returning to complete it later. Some sections of listing input contain spell check. For example, marketing remarks and agent remarks. Some sections also contain conditional fields. IDX is a conditional field. It's also a required field. If I click down and click on Yes, you'll notice that it now opens 3 additional mandatory fields for me to complete in order to continue the process. Several of those conditional fields are present throughout the application. You'll also notice that there are sections that start off with a green check mark, meaning that none of these input fields are required in order for you to save as published. Finally, I'll show you the media upload process. I can upload photos, I can upload documents, and I can input virtual tour links. Let's upload photos. You'll find that I can select more than one photo at a time, including panoramic photos, which will appear as they were originally taken in their original aspect and appear in the MLS application as a true panoramic photo. Once I've selected the photos, I click Open, and the process will begin for me to upload the photos. The system will automatically resize the photos for you individually so that they fit within the MLS parameters and requirements. Once the photos have been uploaded, you notice that they're here, and if I want to rearrange them, I can drag and drop them. Also, I can select a photo and add a photo caption. And again, my photo caption also has a spell check feature. Click Save Changes, and now I have captions for both of these photos. Once I'm done uploading all of the different photos or documents and inputting my virtual tour link, click Save. You notice that my media checkmark is now green. Let's click this and save this as a draft. Again, not necessarily taking you through all of the different fields that are mandatory, which you can review on your own. Just understand that in order to continue and actually save as published, everything over here on this side must appear as a green check mark. I'm going to click a Save as Draft. Listing has been saved successfully. And then I can exit out of this section and come back and review that listing and complete the listing input at a future date. Here is the draft that I just created. I can click on that and click on Revise, and now go back and complete my process of listing input. Thank you for using Discover MLS. Today's tutorial was to review on how to create a new listing. Have a good day.